What's happening, people? What's happening, people? It's your favorite info plug, RD Muhammad, plugging you guys in with some information. And this information, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be a good one. Let me get this thing finished setting up. Now, this one I won't be for you long because I just want to drop this to you and give this to you to show you guys just how easy it is to make money. I tell people all the time, that making money is the easiest thing in the world. And it is. I was just speaking with somebody the other night. Um, I was out with my luxury transportation company business. I transported some up inspiring hot artists. Give a shout out to Miss Bella Moon and Heartbreaker. Miss, if you haven't heard Bella Moon out of Nashville, Tennessee, you guys check her out on YouTube. She's nice. I got to give it to you. She's nice. She's a nice artist, especially to be young in that era. But Tennessee is producing some fire. You guys already knew about Glorilla. You guys already knew about man, I can't think of the brother that just passed maybe a couple of years ago. And Moneybags Yo. All of these people, man, they young in the game, but they are good. And a shout out to Heartbreaker and his 6 a.m. crew out of California. They came in. This is the second time that I've had the opportunity to transport them to their concert this past weekend. Man, I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed myself. One thing I did learn about me, though, I ain't young like I used to be. I can't keep staying up all night with y'all, man. 2 nights in a row. But, hey, again, this is one of those things to where um, what's leading up to money is easy to make. The one thing that I tell all of my clients is this: when they first sign up and want to take my program, I tell them to do one of five things first. Well, one, I have a consultation with them, and that consultation is I'm trying to get a better read on them to see just if I can help them. A lot of times I turn down a lot of clients because majority of them think that you got to get a loan, or you're trying to they want to get a loan to start a business. And that, ladies and gentlemen, that's something that I will never teach anybody. Getting a loan in a new business is added pressure that you do not want. Let me clean my camera real quick. Um, so you don't want that added pressure, ladies and gentlemen, on a loan, uh, because you have so many other things that you need to be focused on to build the business, to grow the brand, um, making sure that all of your paperwork with the IRS is in order. Most people who start these new LLCs, they don't even know you have to have monthly meetings, recorded monthly meetings. Because if the IRS comes in and see that you are not doing these monthly meetings, they can dissolve your LLC. All of this, ladies and gentlemen, been put into place to make sure that people aren't just starting these businesses from the rich folk side to where they hiding money, or from this new thing that they got coming out, people starting businesses to wash money, or they trying to run some type of sex trafficking ring, or whatever the case may be. So yes, the IRS can call your ticket and say, open your books. And if you don't have monthly meetings recorded, they can dissolve your LLC. Now you throw in that added pressure of a loan. What I generally tell when I do my consults, I'm trying to find out what type of business they're trying to do. 9.99% of the time, their business doesn't need a loan. So from that, I tell people, unless you are starting a factory type business to where you are employing 75 to 150 people and you need this big warehouse and you're having industrial equipment brought in, you don't need no loan. And I'm telling you this is the path, the same pathway that I walked with my advisor. Majority of time, new business owners make the same single mistake. And that mistake is they get a loan from a bank. First, they put it up under their personal social security number, which you don't even have to do that. You shouldn't be doing that. But a lot of times, the banks will force new business owners to do it. One, because they name their business a high risk business. All banks do this. Then they're looking at your USAIC code, and if they see your business is in a high risk business, what they generally do, then they tell that business owner, you got to co-sign your own business. That doesn't make sense. You don't have to co-sign your own business, ladies and gentlemen. First, this is what one thing that I teach in my course. I teach you how to properly name your business so it doesn't put you in a high risk business category. Second thing that they do, even if they do use a personal social security number and they get a bank loan, the second thing that happens is they use the bank loan and start mixing in their personal debts. Mm. Ladies and gentlemen, this is called commingling funds. Let me make sure if you guys can hear me well, please put a one in the comments. If you guys can hear me, I want to make sure that the mic and everything is all good. You cannot commingle your business funds and your personal funds. The IRS again is going to knock your block off. Trust me. And these are some of the things. This is why I became the info plug, is to give you guys the information that you need in order to help you be more successful. And it's basically a roadmap to keep you from getting in trouble. Do you know how many people have commingled their funds with their personal world and their business world? And then you start mixing up the taxations? Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Antoine. Appreciate you. Uh, they start mixing in their personal funds and their business funds. And then when that line gets blurred, how do you know what to pay and what not to pay? And the first thing that the IRS does, they come in, they open up your personal books and they open up your business books and they see where you have been taking money out of the business. And most business owners, just about all new business owners do this. It's okay to pay yourself, but that line starts getting blurred and you start making cash withdrawals instead of paying yourself through a payroll system. And people get in trouble. People get in trouble. You cannot cross those lines. So a lot of times when people think that they don't need a coach, yeah, you need somebody that's been through this before. Because there is a way for you to pay yourself, but you don't take all of the money out of the business. This is the biggest thing that people do. Your business has a taxation and expenses, and your personal has a taxation and expenses. So when you go to pulling all of the money out of the business, how can you restock your supplies? How can you? You've been pulling all of the money out of the business to pay yourself. And then what happens? They start taking money out of their personal to pay the business expenses off. And then you just on a rat race. A lot of times, ladies and gentlemen, and when I say that money is easy to make, it doesn't matter even what the business is. It can be 100 people doing the same thing. This is why we teach people to be your authentic self. You guys know how many people on social media are doing e-com? Let's just take Facebook for instance. Facebook is the granddaddy of them all. 4.9 billion people. Now, everybody on Facebook is not in e-com, but those who are, I can, I'll bet you a dollar to a dime, it's at least 2 million. At least 2 million. So if everybody is selling, and what happens is a lot of people start following the trends. Now, I learned at a very young age, if everybody is doing the same thing and you start doing the same thing that everybody else doing, what makes you different? What makes you your authentic self? So that's the first thing that we put into play is, especially me. I try to find out through the consultation, and I ask this question to all of my clients: if time and money was not an issue, what would you really be doing? Think about that. Let that marinate in your spirit for a hot 30 seconds. If you had the time and if you had the money, what would you be doing? That's what you are passionate about. That's what you love. That's what your business should be. Because what you do effortlessly is not work at that point. You don't even think about it. You get up, hit your feet, hit the floor, you off and running because you're doing what you're passionate about. And then the information, if you have a service business, the information that you're giving to your clients just rolls off your tongue because this is what you love to do. You know the ins and the outs of it. You've researched everything about it. All you need to do now is just either get certified in that program, get more proficient in that business. I mean, in the business, not program, but get more proficient in the business, become the expert, which is phase two of my course, Becoming the KPI. This is the same setup that my advisor set me up at. I give my clients the same path that my advisor took me on. When he first told me about a KPI, I was like, "Ooh, that sounds good. What is it?" It's the key person of influence. You become the expert in your business. And the way you become the expert in your business is increase your knowledge in that business, everything that it is to do. Don't become a mockingbird or a broken record. Physically read it. The money clients trust you not just at how you say certain things, but the depthness of how you can go and take them. That's where credibility and rapport starts to be building at. You can see a lot of these influencers online now, or a lot of these coaches online now. All they're doing is repeating what they've heard somebody else say. They're not living what they're talking about. If somebody asks me, Brother Robert, how can you teach me how to be? I saw this video you did about becoming a private citizen. How can I do that? Boom. I give it to them right then. First thing you need to do is to LLC your name. LLC your name. If you don't have a business, you don't know what kind of business you want to do, you become the business. You already are a business and you don't even know about it. You give away your business entity by becoming a W 2 employee. Hmm? So the first thing I tell my clients to do, LLC your name. Second thing you want to do is then start applying for your birth certificate, the long form. You know how many people don't even know they got a secondary birth certificate? You guys forgive me. My allergies always go bonkers down here. They haven't turned off in 5 years. But you are issued two birth certificates. The short form that all of us have, that's the one they give our parents. But that long form is the one that got your little baby feet and your little baby hands on it. The short form says that you were born. The long form says you were born and still alive. Ooh, I can take you anywhere. One, because when I became the info plug, I can't give people part information. That chaps my hide. There's so many people out here on social media and they telling you, well, when you get your bills, you can tear that part of the coupon, that little remittance coupon off and you can endorse it like a check and send it back in. No, bro, they're going to cut your lights off. I hate when people do that. There is a whole entirely other process that you got to go through before you can even think about doing that. And the one thing that they say on social media about that remittance coupon, they say sign your signature, which is absolutely false. You can only do that, ladies and gentlemen, when you become a private citizen. And we don't sign a signature, we endorse. No, told you wrong. We autograph it. We don't do an endorsement, we do an autograph. And then there's a certain way for you to autograph it, and there's a certain color ink that you use to autograph it. And you have to thumbprint it. You just can't go in there and sign your name as an endorsement. That is it a check? Yes, it's a check. But if you don't have access to your securities trust, and by you endorsing it, that's telling that department you don't know what you're doing. Then they're going to send you a letter that reminds you you don't know what you're doing. And if you don't render payment, they're going to cut your lights off. They're going to evict you. They're going to cut your gas off. So when people put that information out there, it's truth in part, but that lets me know that they don't know what they're talking about. Even if you do know what type of business you want to do, still LLC your name. That starts the process for you to gain access to your securities trust. It's not the end, it starts the process. Each and every last one of us, on the day we were born, received $1 million. Each and every last one of us. Even our parents when they were born, and our parents' parents when they was born. And they gave it back as soon as they signed for a social security card and a birth certificate. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a person of color, this is why we will never get reparations. They already gave it to us, and we already gave it back. Now, when you get that short form birth certificate that says you were born, the government gets the long form and your signatures, your parents' signatures on that Social Security form and that in the birth certificate form, that goes to the government, and now you become a citizen of the United States. Now, this is why information is so important. There are two. One is a corporation. Any paperwork that you get that's labeled the United States, that's the corporation. Now, anything that's labeled United States of America, that's the government. So if you don't know that, or if you are not living that, or if you haven't gone through the process of becoming a private citizen, you're just out here taking people money. You're just out here taking people money. Ultimately, if somebody wants to become a private citizen, the first thing that I tell them is when you start this process, ultimately you're coming from under the 14th Amendment, which you are no longer a citizen of the United States. Ain't no Social Security for you, huh? Ain't no food stamps for you if you own it. Some of y'all might not be on it. I'm just saying. You relinquish all government assistance. Why? You're not a citizen. You are not under the 14th, which, when you know how to run that system, you are your own government. Your children don't go to public school no more. You your own government. You are on your own. Now, some people have started their own religions. They homeschool. Now, I'm gonna tell you guys how we know that's true, and then I'm gonna move on to how making money is easy. If any of you have ever heard of the Amish people, Mennonites, um, the Jewish community with the little Shirley Temple curls, all of those, even in the black community, we have a group called the Moore Science Temple and the Hebrew Israelites. They teach that in their faith. They are in the United States, but they are not of the United States. And when you become a private citizen from under the 14th Amendment, it doesn't matter how bad you hate something or don't like something, you cannot speak against the United States ever. You have never heard the Irish people talk against the United States of America. You've never heard the Jews say anything bad against the United States of America, other than that Jewish group that has the anti-defamation thing, where you they people who hate Jews, they got that little league, but um those people claim Jewish American. The Orthodox, they don't claim American nothing. They say they are Orthodox Jews. Period. They don't say Amish American. They say Amish. They Mennonites. The Brothers of the Moore Science Temple. They don't say they're Moorish American. They call themselves Moors. They got their own flag, their own schools. These different groups now, it's been promoted to everybody else in America, because if everybody in America knew how to access their security trust and well, some of these folks is gonna be foolish, just like if they got a loan from a bank. When you've never had access to that kind of money and you haven't fixed what got you in financial straits in the first place, you'll give all of it back. Because you'll start buying everything that you don't need. One of my most successful clients to date was making $22,000 a month in a business that I didn't even believe in. But after the consultation and I started doing the research, I was like, what? People, this business is making this kind of money? Now, me, I'm a little different than some people. I don't care if I believe in it or not. It's somebody out there that believing in it, and I'm missing a lot of money. The one thing that she did, she never fixed that 513 credit score. She making 22,000 a month, and she never repaired her credit. But what she did, she started upgrading, upgraded car, upgraded house, started buying clothes, started doing the drip with her children. Oh man, I'm sitting here just watching it all unfold on social media. Stop paying attention to the business. In this social media world, you have 3 seconds. 3 seconds. That's fast. And that's as much time as it takes for somebody to scroll through their news feed. And if you stop putting the attention into your content, using the right colors, using the right fonts, having the right catchphrase, you guys are watching and tuning into my page because that is all what's involved in you learning how to push your business to your customers or to the people that you are looking for. The science of colors is one thing that I teach in my course. You have to know what colors are associated with your business. I don't care what your favorite color is. If it doesn't coincide with your business, people going, I don't care what kind of font you like. And that's the lettering in the that you use. All of that plays a part in social media world. You got take a look at Facebook University. From the ones who are multiple viral content creators. I only have 5 out of all of my video content across 6 social media platforms. I have 5 viral videos out of 12 years. Look, I don't give y'all no fluff. I don't give you no cap. I tell you straight. One, because it's public record. You can just scroll through my content and see which ones have the numbers on the view. And just because you have 1 million views, that don't mean you done made $1 million. Truth be told, and this is why you have to notice the first check that you will get is from your YouTube channel, which I tell all of my clients, create you a YouTube channel first. Because YouTube, all you need is 1,000 subscribers, not followers. It's a difference. And you need 4,000 hours of watch time. You know how long it's going to take you to get 4,000 hours from a 30 to a 90-second video? In 30 days. You got 30 days to hit 4,000 hours on a 24-hour cycle, 7 days a week. Now, here's the kicker. And you want to throw a loan in on top of that kind of pressure? Whatever life you are currently living right now, you got to make time. You better make time. To be a business owner, people only see the end results and the money and the toys and the cars and the clothes and the jewelry. They only see the end results. That's all they see. I've shared this story with y'all several times. I've had a business since 1995. I thought I did until I learned that all I had was a business license. And I have no LLC. So to the IRS, I owned another job. And it never came across. Nobody ever shared that information with me. I wasn't getting paid for my drive time back and forth to Birmingham, buying all that leather and supplies. I wasn't getting no money back from the oil changes. I wasn't getting any money back. I could have all of the tags, registrations, and all that. Those are tax write-offs when you have your business set up correctly. Back in the old days, they used to call it buying a free car. I'm getting to the money. I'm getting to the money, but I'm telling y'all, this is all as a part of. Back in the old days, under George Bush, you could buy a car, and the first year you can write off 100% of the value. Got all that money back. Let me say that a little louder for y'all people who missed it in the back. In the old days, and you probably heard that term on social media, buying a free car. So why would you want to get a loan when you're gonna get the whole value of the car back? No more payments. If you play it right and don't get money drunk. See, a lot of people, they get that write-off and that depreciation value in that first year, and they take all of that money and then they start trying to impress other broke people. Instead of paying that car note off, oh man, they go balling. They go to Disney World for not 1 week, 2 weeks. They don't want to stay in Motel 6 or the Super 8. Oh no, we're gonna stay in the Ritz. Oh, we're gonna get us an Airbnb and I'm bringing the whole family and pay for it. Co-mingling your funds. Because if you knew what you can do, even your vacations is a tax deduction. You can get all that money back. But they got all that money in their hand and this is burning a hole because they never fixed what got them in trouble in the first place. Did you guys know that over 80% of the people who win the lottery are broke in less than a year? Why? They never fixed. Because if you are not on the mental level of what to do with that money or how to use that money properly, you just start upgrading. For what? You give it all back. That's why over 60% of the people who win the lottery are poor people. And y'all think them lotteries ain't rigged? They know them poor folks is gonna give all that money back. And you got all types of people that be calling you and telling you, oh man, let me do this, let me show you how to do this, show you how to do that. And they don't know. They don't have the information, they don't have the knowledge. So anyway, making the money, ladies and gentlemen, is easy. First thing that I should tell you guys how to do, what to do, find out what you're passionate about. If time and money is not an issue, what would you really be doing? Start there. And if you don't know what you want to do, you just want to make money to come off your job. I give all of my clients, or this course that I created is called Other People's Money. I teach my clients because a lot of them don't know what they want to do. They just tired of working. I had my second most successful client, a brother out of South Carolina, newly married, 2 children, and a wife. Brother had a problem with staying on the job. And at first, I thought that, man, you just, bro, you know how we get. You done had 4 jobs in a year. It ain't the job. But the brother was honest. He said, man, he said, I'm just not meant to work for somebody else. And there are a lot of people like that. That's why they can't stay on a job. They got problem with authority. Or they've trained somebody one too many times, and the person that they train is now they supervisor. I've seen it happen. I've been that person. But I gave that brother that free game. He didn't do anything else out of 15 courses. And a part of that other people's money game is, and I got this game from 2 other people from courses that I took. One is by brother Dr. Ben X. Brother Dr. Ben X gave this course called the Craigslist game. Now, I still use the Craigslist game to this day, especially when I'm trying to add more product to either my leather company, or I'm trying to buy another golf cart for my golf cart and rental business. I still use that Craigslist game. You can go on to Craigslist or Marketplace and just type in free. This is free stuff. You don't even have to pay for it. Ooh. Now, the only part of the game that I use, and I'm being transparent and honest, I only do furniture. I only do furniture. Love seat, living room furniture is primarily the only thing I do. Couches, chairs, stuff like that. Kitchen tables, washers, dryers. I do all of that. I don't touch nobody else's bed. I mean, I'll do the box spring and the headboard, footboard, maybe a dresser or two, but I ain't touching nobody's mattress. That's just a thing for me. People be having relations and all that stuff. I don't want to touch that. Just being transparent and honest. But the thing is, ladies and gentlemen, you can get that stuff for free. And here's the beautiful part about it. You can go on the Craigslist and Marketplace and see what it looks like before you even waste the time to go get it. Now, if the pictures look pretty decent, you call them up. Hey, and some of the ads will say, if it's still up, I still got it. Don't call and ask me, do I still have it? If you see the picture, it's there. Come get it. Ooh. All the thing I do is say, hey, when y'all gonna be at home? And I love the ads that say curb size. It's already out there on the curb, wait for somebody to get it. Now, even if you don't have a truck, somebody gonna say, man, I ain't got no truck to go pick that up. You can go get you a U-Haul for $19.95 in town. $20. You go get it. If you have a garage or a carport, this is what I tell my clients to do. If you got a carport or a garage, don't take that stuff in your house, because some people got little buddies, little crawly buddies. You don't want to bring that in your house. Leave it out there on the carport or in the garage for a few days. Now, you put $20 into the U-Haul, go to the Dollar Tree, buy you some bug spray, get a couple cans of bug spray, and buy you some furniture polish and some Febreze. You're gonna spend another $6 into that. So you all in your business $26. And you just picked up a whole living room suite for $26. Y'all see where I'm going by saying money is easy to make? All you paid for was a U-Haul and the stuff to clean it up. Now, if you already got Febreze and furniture polish at your house, that's less money you got to spend. I will encourage you, don't never run out of bug spray. Now, if you don't want to bring it to your house and you got a little extra funds, especially if you're currently working, you try to make more money, get you a storage building, the smallest one, a 10 by 15. It's big enough to hold a couch, a love seat, and a chair, and two tables. And if you don't have, if you go and get a bedroom suite, oh, it's definitely big enough to put a box spring, two box springs. If you stand them up, the headboard, footboard, and the rails. When you get to the storage building, put that stuff up outside, spray it outside, then take it in there in that storage building. Now, what I did, and what let me tell you what the brother did up there in South Carolina, because he did the exact same thing that I did. Now, I had a storage building, so what I did was I arranged that living room suite in that storage building as if it was in somebody's living room. So you can already see what it looks like. Seeing is believing, and seeing, ladies and gentlemen, if somebody can see it and get an idea of how it's going to look in their house, you have a lot more people in this world that have bad credit than they do good credit. Just being honest. Some people credit is so bad they can't even go to rental center and errands no more. But they work. I got that living room suite set up in that garage, and then I ran the ads right back on social media. Sale, entire living room suite. I had two prices, 350 and 700. The only difference between the two prices was the end tables, the lamps, and I might have had a coffee table. I gave you the whole living room suite for $700. Now, if it was just the 350, you just got the couch and the love seat, maybe a chair, depending on. I didn't pay nothing for it, not a single thing. You run that game. I don't even care if you got to put it on the city bus. Strap that thing down to the bicycle rack. When it worked one time, I said, Abadal. I took that money and started upgrading all of my tools in the leather business, because them leather tools are expensive. Some of them things like $50 a piece for one tool. But my advisor had told me the leather business was the money maker. The leather business should have been doing 200 to 250,000. I haven't made 250,000 since I opened in 1995. And he told me, same thing I just told y'all, get better. Become the KPI in your industry. I set up the YouTube channel, boom, just started telling people what I was doing. Nothing extravagant, but I was being me. If you guys go back on my YouTube channel, it's called Premier Leather Crafters. I'm the leather cowboy. And I targeted people who was wanting to get into the leather industry. 1,000 people. That money came so fast from YouTube. I thought somebody had hacked my account, and because YouTube kept these messages popping up. This before I even knew how to get paid from it. They had been sending me messages to update my information in YouTube. I was so green, I didn't even know how to turn the YouTube channel into a business channel, a business page. So, but I'm getting money, but they couldn't give me the money because it wasn't set up under business. So I just kept deleting it. I got money and I was deleting it. Information. I'm hearing people talk about going viral, but I didn't know you had to set your social media pages up a certain way. Finally, they called. I did put that much information on my YouTube channel. Even when they was emailing, man, this bogus. This is a scam. This spam. When they called, I hung up on them. Real talk. I put that in my book. And and when I answered YouTube, I answered them with the nastiest attitude because I thought they were spammers. Thought they were trolls. Ooh, man, I had an attitude, but it was real nasty how I answered that phone. And I had to eat crow real fast because they could have just said, well, we just won't pay you. I said, ma'am, I'm sorry. I thought this somebody was running some kind of con or scam or something. She said, no. That lady took the time and told me how to set up my YouTube channel. And I was still skeptical. I didn't attach my bank account to it. I didn't even attach my business bank account. Well, my business bank account. I definitely wasn't gonna put my personal bank account onto it. I attached my PayPal account because PayPal is insured up to $1 million. So when 3 days later, I think it was 3 days later, boom, I said, "Oh my God, oh my God." Then I went back. I waited a few days just to make sure that nobody was gonna be like, "We need that money back." Waited a few more days, but trust me, I was wanting to spend it. And then when everything cleared, I went back and upgraded not just my YouTube channel. I upgraded my Facebook page, and now I got multiple Facebook pages. My Instagram page, I wasn't even on Instagram at that time, but I created 2 Instagram pages for 2 businesses, got onto LinkedIn, got onto Twitter, got on. I can tell you guys about some social media platforms you probably never heard of: Swarm, Flickr, Tumblr. Most people don't even know MySpace is still out there. Oh my God. I got on everything. TikTok is coming on strong. I was late to the party on TikTok. I think I only been on TikTok about 4 years because I thought that was like a little key page. But by the time I caught wind that how you can make money off of TikTok, I was like, but I'm making money. But here's the thing: you can make money off of these social media platforms and don't have to have all these plaques that people be displaying. 100,000 followers. All you got to do is just be consistent. Then I got wind that I wasn't posting enough. I ain't got time to do that, man. I got to work. Then when I joined the big Gary V program, Gary V says you need to post anywhere from 5 to 7. No, Gary V says 13 to 15 times a day. Grant Cardone says 5 to 7 times a day. I said, man, I ain't got that kind of time to be on social media. But then when you go through the Facebook University program, you can dedicate one day to do all of your social media for the whole entire month. Money is easy to make, family. And you don't have to have no loan. I started that t-shirt business. I started that t-shirt business with no money at all. And here's the greatest part about it. I don't even make these information. Did you guys know there are so many people that still trying to hustle hand to hand the old school way? They're trying to order a whole bunch of shirts. Back then, at that time, you had to get 100 shirts, at least 100 shirts. And then they print up these shirts, and then you out here trying to sell shirts hand to hand. You don't have to do that. I got a company in North Carolina right now. All I Instead of me trying to make all of this stuff and get a t-shirt press and find time to do all of that, I did a collaboration deal. All I have to do is upload the design. They make the shirt and they ship the shirt. The person who orders off of my off of my social media platforms, they get the order, they get the money, and they send me a check every month. Y'all can't tell me money ain't easy to make. And I don't make a thing. I don't make not one of my shirts. All I do is just post motivational and inspirational quotes. I wear my own merch. If you can't do this, this is the easiest business in the world. And then if you do want to go to an event or something like that and hustle hand to hand, you can do that. All you doing is ordering from yourself. You mean to tell me y'all can't do that? Money is easy to make. Did you know it's shoe companies out there? Stop buying Nikes. Your name ain't on them. Stop buying Reeboks and Giuseppe's and all these other kind of shoes. People spending money on Yeezys. It's companies out there that you can create and design your own shoes. Put your own name on your own products. But some of us don't even put a value on our own name. I didn't. I put more value in Levi's. Now I got my own jean brand. There's a country in Africa, they are the world's #1 producing denim jean country in the world. Some of you guys might have already bought some of my stuff. I don't put everything out there because sometimes people will stop supporting you because it's you. Not that the product is bad, not that the quality is not good. They just don't want to put no money in your pocket, which is another thing you don't do as a new business owner. Stop running your mouth. Don't tell nobody what you're doing. You got people right now that hate you just because you breathing. This is why you guys tune in to me, man. I give y'all the real. I take y'all down the same pathway, but I give you a roadmap. It's my goal that you get to your end results faster than I did because I'm telling you where all the bombs are so you can get there quicker. Huh? Ain't that what it is? That's the best way to be. Um, Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to take my course, look more into it. I'm on public record. All of my social media pages are free. You can go right on there and look, and you can see that I live what I taught. I can't teach you how to be a millionaire. I ain't made $1 million yet, but can I tell you I'm comfortable and I can do what I want to do when I want to do it? My advisor asked me one time. He said, Robert, he said, what do you want to do? And I'm gonna share this with y'all. Then I'm gonna sign off. I told him I've always wanted to take a 30-day vacation, 30 days straight. And when I come back home, all my bills are still paid. That might not be your goal. That might not be what you want to do. That's all I wanted to do. Because I worked for this one company where the owners took off for a whole month. Now they went to Spain, but it was just the fact that they was on vacation for 30 days, but they were still making money because we were still working at their job. Ooh, Lord, ladies and gentlemen. This is why y'all tune in to me, man. I give y'all the real. I tell you exactly what you need to know in order to get you to where you want to be. That's what my goal and my purpose is to help you get to where you want to be. And if you listen to me, I'll see y'all on the other side. Hey, I got to get out of here, family. I got to get back to work because I got some products that I got to get shipped up out of here. I thank y'all for tuning in. I thank y'all. Peace.